lines in the sky. Oh me, oh my, can't be denied. Kiss your dreams goodbye. Oily clouds high, across the sun fly, some kind of tie to the big lie. Maybe to smoke.
One of them is called Deep Health, and the other is called Yeast Relief. And these herbs are designed to support your immune system and help kick out stuff that doesn't belong, particularly fungus. It's called diatomaceous earth, or clay, some people call it. The company that sells it primarily, by the way, I have to say, the FDA does not approve of human consumption. You can give it to your cow, your pig, your goat, your horse, your kitty, your dog, but you're not supposed to take it. But you can sell it to the food industry as an anti-caking agent in cookies and cakes. But anyway, Dr. Knight told me that he was taking about a tablespoon a day in distilled water on an empty stomach. And that was really, through testing of hair and blood, he was getting all the metals out. The company that sells that particular stuff is called PermaGuard, and you can go to their website, permaguard.com, and you can get like a 10, 15 pound bag of it for $15 or $20 maybe, and they'll ship it to you. I have to say here, and I didn't do it at the beginning, by law, I cannot diagnose or prescribe. But what I can do is, through my own journey and experience, educate you, make suggestions, always work with a healthcare practitioner. Anything new you're bringing into your body, be sure you share. And make sure it's an enlightened healthcare so that you do it safely. Okay? So that's the next big, wonderful gift in medicine that was brought to my attention. So now I have the extracts, and then I bring in the I call it my demetaler, the diatomaceous earth. And sure enough, through hair testing and blood tests, it began to pull all those metals that we were breathing in. Remember, they're tiny, 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 going right into your bloodstream. Not good. So we want to look at a way to get these things going. The next stage in my journey was really looking hard at the fungus. I do know it's all natural. I did spend some time with the man who formulated it. I really am not sure how it does what it does, but it does. It does.
What's it called?
Miracle 2. Those with ears to hear me. I am restricted quite a bit in legal ways, and also in heart ways. I don't want anybody to have any harm come to them in any way. We really begin to realize how important that is, especially if this fungus is actually smart enough to gather the metals and, you're beginning to and we know aluminum not good, we know barium not good. So this is important. And now we're beginning to address what looks to me at this time, and remember, things are changing every day, a network. The fungus kind of makes like a railroad track through your system, and other guys hitchhike on it, it looks to me, at this stage in my work. And that would be where we lead us into Morgellons, is when you crash this fungus, it releases what it's holding. And it does seem to be incorporated with these fibers that are coming out of people, this new mysterious disease. And it does seem to be an incorporated system. Clifford Carnicom took samples from my body and absolutely matched, you can see it on his website, that my body in a very healthy, good way was pushing out, saying, this doesn't belong, get it out, get it out, get it out, and matched it perfectly to what was in the air samples. And he began to take other people's blood samples And every single person, it was there. There are 2 or 3 things you can do in the privacy of your own home. And it just simply came into my head, so I have no credit on this one. Swish red wine. I'm like, swish red wine? All right. And I went, and I like red wine, so I went in the kitchen, popped a bottle of red wine, thought, what a waste, but okay. Put it in my mouth, swished it, and it was almost instantaneous relief of the pain. And I spit in the sink, and I thought I was going to pass out. The results of what came out of my mouth and continue to, and this is before Christmas, are pretty disturbing. I called Clifford and said, Clifford, you gotta come to the house, you gotta come to the house. I don't know what in the world is coming out of my mouth, but you gotta look at it and you gotta sample it. And he came, it was a Sunday, once again, thank you, Carol. He came and collected it, took it back under the microscope, and sure enough, full of those fibers that we still don't know what they really are, but they're there, coming out of my mouth. So I started thinking, okay, maybe it's not the alcohol at all, maybe it's the grape. So I went to Whole Foods in Santa Fe and got their organic 365 is their thing. Came home and swished my mouth and I was like, oh my God. It was 10 times more effective in pulling this stuff.
What, organic wine?
Organic grape juice, 365. Now what I learned is, guys, it's not all equal, and I won't say the name of the one I got when I was just got here. I told the ladies I have to have organic grape juice because the process is continuing. And I bought one other, and it didn't do very well at all. I mean, it didn't pull very much at all. Why the 365 brand does, I'm not sure. I guess it's because it's probably the strongest. Now, what I do, and I can't tell you what to do, is I put it on one side of my mouth and I swish it vigorously for 30 to 45 seconds, and then I spit into the sink. The first swish usually doesn't produce very much. It's 2 or 3 or 4 vigorous swishes of 30, 35 seconds into the process before it begins to draw. If you look at this, really examine it, mankind is in jeopardy. I say if the most you do is make one other person in your life aware, and that person makes another person aware.
Lines in the sky, oh me, oh my, can't be denied. Kiss your dreams goodbye. Oily clouds high, across the sun fly, some kind of tie to the big lie. Maybe to smother lovers or to cover for UFOs. Maybe for microwave attacks or holographic shows. But the people down below don't seem to